Hello everybody, my name is Gabriella George, and today I'm going to be talking about your appearance at work along with my classmates Brooke De La Rosa and Rainey Mosley. We're going to be talking about what is appropriate clothing to wear in the workplace or interviews. Also, we're going to be talking about correct color coordination, what is appropriate, and lastly I'm going to be talking about grooming, what is appropriate hair and makeup techniques to have in the workplace. So as far as grooming, it's not just about the clothes. So to look presentable, you don't just throw on a suit and tie or a nice dress and voila, I am professional. No, it's also about your hair and your makeup, how your nails look, what kind of jewelry you have. And that's what I'm going to be talking today about. So as far as hair and facial hair goes, for men, we prefer men to have clean shaved face. You don't want to have crazy facial hair everywhere. So like I said, a nice clean haircut. Ladies, you have more of a diversity if you want your hair down or if you want it up, as long as it looks professional. As far as makeup, like Allison Doyle from The Balance says, ladies should have the more natural your eyeshadow is, those lighter neutral tones, your blush very light. You don't want to have the dark red or the crazy bright eyeshadow colors. You don't want your mascara to be clumpy. All of that makes you look very unprofessional. If you're going to wear lipstick, you want to make sure that you stick to something that's not going to smear everywhere. So you prefer for ladies to have lip gloss because it's not going to go crazy everywhere. As far as your nail care goes, you want to make sure that your nails you don't have chipped fingernail polish, that your nails aren't very long and they have the black stuff under your nails. All of that can look very unprofessional. So if you're in a job interview, that can definitely turn the person interviewing you off if they see you with your nails like I said, chipped or looking crazy. So you want to make sure you have all of that cleaned up. And also, I'm going to be talking about the difference between a blue collar and a white collar job, because this plays a lot. This has to do a lot with how your hair and all of that is going to look. So blue collar work is work that is done outdoors. That is your construction workers, refinery workers, policemen, firefighters. White collar is typically work that's done indoors. So that is your administrative assistants, your lawyers, anybody that you go into an office to see. And like, as you can see, and as many of you probably already know, so if you're working in a white collar in an office job, ladies, you have more diversity. You can have your hair up or down. As long as you have it done and looks presentable, that's professional. The ladies will more than likely have makeup done. Men will probably more than likely have that clean cut. If you're working outdoors, of course, you have a little bit more restriction, because if you're working in a refinery or something, you want to make sure that your hair is tied back because it can violate some OSHA regulations. So OSHA is the government agency that regulates safety hazards in the workplace. So if your hair is tight, is loose, and you're working in an environment where it can get caught onto something, now that can be a safety hazard. Or if you're wearing jewelry and it's dangly and you're in an environment like that, that's what OSHA regulates, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Also is the employee. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the EEOC. They regulate the employer grooming policy. So like Jessica Sussman from Expert HR says, every company should have a grooming policy, because this can help, this can protect employers from getting lawsuits. There has been cases where employees feel discriminated and violated, like this employee here. This is an example where he has the long dreads and the company says, your hair looks unprofessional and thuggish. I just don't think it would be a great fit for this company. This is a perfect example of what the EEOC regulates. So the companies should have a grooming policy to help enforce the dress code. The less specific the policy is, the better. You will definitely want your employees to still feel like they can be themselves, if they want to have a little bit of jewelry, if they want to wear their hair however they want. But at the same time, you should have, in the grooming policy, you should state what your guidelines are as far as if you don't want men, because some men, for example, or women don't cut their hair because of their religion. And if you are, and if the company mandates that employee to cut their hair, they can sue you through the EOC because it is against, you're violating their religious rights. So that is why it is important to have that. And so up next, we're gonna have Rainey Mosley. She's gonna come up and do her presentation on the appropriate clothing for the workplace and for the interviews. And if you have any other questions, we'll be glad to answer them towards the end. Thank you.